blog. Hey, I'm Chris Stewart. I shot this, and I have Allison here. She ate it.
I ate it for breakfast.
There-
There's bacon.
Bacon going on the pan. This is what breakfasts are all about. I preheated the pan for about 30 seconds before putting the bacon on.
Oh, that's great. The preheating is so important. You know, it gets that nice crisp sizzling starting just as you start off cooking the bacon. Makes it really nice.
I should let people know that this is actually at double the speed. I was originally going to just put it at regular speed, but then it was like 12 minutes long, and that's really...
I think I would be bored.
Yeah.
You know, Chris makes these bacon and breakfasts for me, you know, while I'm upstairs doing my makeup and stuff, which is, you know, really great. You know, I think it's a really nice thing.
And the bacon is now it's starting to get that clearness.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting. There's still a little bit of white, and it's going to fade away any minute now. That's pretty cool.
Wow. It's really an art, isn't it?
No. I put it on the pan and walk away. Oh.
You walk away?
And there's the occasional shadow. Well, I do. I coffee.
You know, that's so funny. I always thought that you attended to the breakfasts with all of your attention. I'm learning something. It's interesting.
I bring you coffee though.
Hey, look at it. It's starting to curl up a little bit.
It's
get all wrinkly.
And look at the fat congealing on the sides.
Oh yeah.
It's smoking now too.
That's good. So you're saying you're making coffee while this is happening?
I've probably already made coffee by this point.
Ah, I see.
That's the shadows walking, and it's me walking around in front of the light.
Wow, look at that. There's some steam coming up off of that bacon.
Is that smoke or steam at that point?
I don't think it's smoke. I don't know. Maybe we should consult a technical expert on those things. I don't have that information right now.
I don't know the definition difference between smoke and steam either.
Well, I've always heard that where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't see a fire there, but there's certainly electric heat, and maybe that's modern day man's fire.
We're not just cavemen. Look at that. The one thing I notice is on the left side there, the bacon always cooks faster there.
I think it's maybe because it's closer to the middle of the pan, or I don't know. Why do you think that happens?
I think you're probably right. I have to say that I did neglect one of my duties making the bacon this time. I normally shift it around a little bit by the time it's at this stage, and as you can see, I have not attended to that yet. And
oh my!
You'll see. There's a horrible. You'll see it happen there. The horrible thing happened to a piece of bacon there, and you'll be seeing it first.
Really?
Yes.
I can hardly wait to see what this is.
I'm a little ashamed.
I have to say I enjoyed the bacon as much as I usually do. I do remember that bacon quite well, seeing as it was only this morning, and it was quite enjoyable. Am I going to find out something horrible about this bacon now?
You might. You just might.
I don't know what to think. I might have to run and take care of some business if it's really gross.
Okay. So we're about halfway through this. As we can tell, the bacon is the longer part of the whole ordeal, and until we really get to the eggs.
Eggs too.
Oh. Here comes the horribleness. Here comes the.
Oh,
look! Oh,
no.
There it is. I broke the bacon.
You broke the split in half.
I squished it together so it might not be noticeable.
You know, I have to admit, I did not notice it. I'm quite impressed with your reparations.
And this is the arm in the way, but the grab for the butter.
Ah, the butter. Very essential for the fried eggs.
I move it around a little bit, and then I go get the eggs, let it melt.
I see.
That way the butter moves, it sort of fills up the area, and then I give it another little push once the butter sort of melted a little bit more. You'll see that in a moment. Again, this is at double time, so it does sort of, looks a little weird, but...
Making bacon and eggs takes a long time.
It does. The bacon in particular, and here comes the eggs. Look at that.
Look at that go.
Excitement.
That's kind of cool at double time, you know? You see the white edges forming pretty fast.
Oh.
Look at that.
And at this point, and right after we do this, is when I would call up and say, bacon is flipped.
And that gives me my indication that I should get my butt in gear and finish off the mascara and maybe comb my hair and get down and have some breakfast.
There we go. So there we have. Although, you know, I got to admit, it always cooks more on one side than the other side. Like I'm gonna be pulling it off of there pretty quick.
Yeah, I do. It's funny because when I eat the breakfast, I select the bacon based on its doneness, because as you know, I don't eat toast. I prefer my eggs over easy, as we'll see. But I don't eat any toast. So what I do is I cut off pieces of bacon and I dip that in the egg yolk, which is, you know, makes for a nice sauce. So I tend to pick the crispier pieces to do that with, and then I eat with what's left of the yolk and the white with the sort of more sloppy pieces of bacon, if you want to call it that.
Yes, I've just adjusted the whites, the little bits of whites that went off to the side and kind of went off. I kind of pushed them back into the egg to kind of give it a bit more form, and also sometimes it connects. I break that apart now.
That's a good idea.
You know, so that way I'm not dealing with it.
You know, on the weekends when I make the bacon and eggs, I tend to do that myself, just to make the flipping a more pleasant experience.
So this is the loosening stage too. This is where I loosen it up a little bit, just to make sure it's not sticking too much. I kind of move them around the pan just to, you know, they're not quite finished yet. I'll give them a minute or two. Not too much though. I think these cook pretty quick, so I flip them pretty quick. Yeah. So at this point I've turned the pan off.
And it is important to have the yolks runny.
This is a 15 seconds I wait generally in real time before I lift.
Huh.
I flip.
Well done.
15 seconds.
Well done. I gotta say.
A little extra grease on there for you.
There we go.
Dump the grease off.
And yummy breakfast indeed.
It is done.